Hello, hello, hello. This is Desiree coming to you from Queer.Love.Light on this beautiful, beautiful day. Queer.Love.Light is a portal that I've created to share spiritual wisdom and insights and activate our inner healing power to raise our collective consciousness for LGBTQ folks. So I'm very, very delighted to be here with you again on this very auspicious day, actually. It is the last day of the Chinese New Year for those that celebrate the Chinese New Year like I do from my heritage. So happy Chinese New Year to all of you who celebrate it at this time. So today, I'd like to talk about the quote that I shared earlier, which is from Pablo Picasso, about what the meaning of life is to him, according to his wisdom, which is the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. So I find this quote so very, very profound and meaningful, and I hope you also find your own insights through it as well. For me, it is such a blessing to be able to find one's gift, because I truly believe that each and every one of us has come to this world, this realm, this lifetime to share our gift. And it may be more than one. It could be a lot of gifts. But there is one, I think, gift that we truly come with that is very unique to us, that we have come to share in order to help the world, to help our family, our community, our country, and anybody we come across in our lives. So I invite you to share what that gift is for you. If you have discovered it, how did you discover your gift, and what was your journey, your experience, and what are you doing with that gift at this time? I'd love to hear from you. You can post on the chat here on Facebook. You can also reach me, queerlovelight@gmail.com. You can message me. I'm also on Instagram as well at queerlovelight. If any of you are watching this on Instagram, and also YouTube, I can be reached on YouTube as well. So back to the question of finding this meaning of life, which is discovering this unique gift that we have come to share with the world. So for me, my gift is as a storyteller, and from a very young age, I've always been a storyteller. I love to write and draw. As a kid, I used to actually write short stories when I was growing up. That was my actually favorite pastime, was to actually write stories, as a child. And I had a very, very vivid and creative imagination, and I thought I was going to grow up to become a writer. And then I also like to draw, illustrations. I loved manga as a kid, so I used to draw a lot. And I thought I wanted to grow up to become a mangaka, which is a manga artist. And so as I grew older, I discovered that I can actually put the two together, the writing and the art of drawing, into moving images, which is film or video. So that's what I ended up becoming a filmmaker, as many of you may already know. And I've started a career as a journalist, as a filmmaker, as a queer filmmaker, and now I'm also a trained healer, and I'm telling stories of healing through my filmmaking. So the gift that I discovered on my journey of growth is making films that can bring some kind of healing, can bring wisdom for people to learn and also grow on their spiritual journey and their healing journey. So that's my gift, and that is the purpose of my life, which is to share that gift of filmmaking with everyone. So if you are interested to discover some of the work that I have done in sharing my gifts, which is as a filmmaker primarily, you can find my films at DesireeLimFilms.com. So on my journey of discovering my own gift, it came very early on during my years in university, and I decided to start a career in journalism, working in broadcast TV in Japan. So I was directing, producing documentaries and lifestyle shows and current affairs shows, and that's how my whole career started in media. And then I moved on to produce and direct my own films as an independent filmmaker. And then fast forward today, I'm creating stories, making films for my spiritual teacher that I study under and trained as a healer, making films to help to share ancient wisdom and practical tools to empower people to learn about the power of self-healing, which is what I have been trained in doing as a healer. So, and I think many of you may also know that I run a meditation group at the LGBTQ community center called Rainbow-Light Meditation. I've been doing this for the past 5 years. This is actually my 6th year now, facilitating this meditation group, and I hope that any of you who are interested in delving deeper into the practice of meditation and discover how meditation can actually help us in our healing journey. So meditation, from my experience, is actually more than just calming the mind and becoming more peaceful and mindful. It is actually more than that. There are different meditation techniques that we can apply to empower ourselves to activate this inner healing power that we all have within. We just need to learn and discover the tools on how to activate the power of healing. So yes, so if you are interested in joining the meditation, I do it every Saturday online, and you can RSVP at Rainbow-Light Meditation at community.com. You can go to community.com to find my group, and that is Q as for Queen, QMUNITY.com. So yes, so going back to discovering the gift, it can be quite a journey sometimes, for us to truly discover our gifts. And like I mentioned, for me, it took quite a lifetime actually. I didn't quite know until, I would say, perhaps after I graduated from high school, that I had a clearer picture that I wanted to go into media and study journalism, but I didn't quite envision myself becoming a filmmaker per se. I studied filmmaking in school, in university, and then upon finding the LGBTQ community back in Japan, where I went to university. I was in the LGBT community and needed to tell the stories that we have from the community, and it was a very, very, I would say, early stages of Japan's LGBT movement. There weren't a lot of media around LGBT at all. The community was actually just starting to form. So it was very grassroots, and this is before the days of the internet, even cell phones. So it's nothing like what we, are so used to today, where you have social media and you can find your community and, through the internet and social media. That certainly wasn't my experience when I came out. So we actually had to create our own media to connect with other folks, and which is what I did. And I actually self-taught myself how to make films. And in university, because I was studying media, I also took some classes in, production, and that's how I learned how to become a filmmaker. And it really came from that that need to have a voice in the world, so that we can be accepted as a community, accepted as real people who have real stories, and not necessarily what the mainstream media may have began to portray us as these freaks back in the day. So that's a bit of my story, my background, my journey of how I discovered my gift as a filmmaker. And I've always wanted to use that gift to create powerful, compelling stories, human stories that can perhaps inform and also inspire people to be more aware of, the stories and the conditions that other people live with, that people may not be aware of, especially from marginalized communities like the LGBT community, the minorities in a society. And in my case, in Japan, it was I lived as a minority, as a queer, a woman, and also as a foreigner as well. So coming from those perspectives, I aspired to tell my own truth, through the experiences that I've had, or people that I have seen and interacted with, who are part of my life and my community. So that's how I really started to use the gift that I found to inform and to inspire and to elevate the consciousness and understanding of the society at large about some issues that may not be looked upon or cared about by the mainstream society. So that's how I began to use my gift for the purpose of my life. As Picasso said, using our gift is the purpose of our life. And today, I'm using that gift now to tell stories of healing. And you'll find on my website, some short documentaries that I've made about how people have been able to tap into their innate healing abilities to transform very, very challenging health conditions, from mental health to, even life-threatening conditions like cancer. So my passion today is to use my gift to share these healing stories so that people can learn more about the possibility of activating their own innate healing power to overcome, to heal some challenging conditions in their lives. And this is not actually limited to just health conditions. It's actually any aspect of life, because ultimately the fundamental principles of healing, as I've learned in the modality that I'm trained in, is actually transforming the message. So you can also say it's message healing or information healing. So it's transforming the message, the information in the condition that we are facing, be that a kind of health condition or, some challenges in relationships or finances or what have you. So it really is for all aspects of life, because if you break it down, everyone and everything is actually a field of information. So we carry a lot of information and a lot of messages in our vibrational field that may or may not serve us. So when we are facing challenges, then we're having a lot of perhaps negative messages, information, vibration, frequency vibration in our field that needs healing, that can be transformed if we know how to connect to our own innate healing power and also higher frequency vibration to help us transform those messages back to positive. So again, I invite you to share, if you have a gift that you discovered and what that is. And today, in the meditation today, I'd love to invite us to connect with our own higher self, our spirit, our soul, to discover that gift if you haven't already discovered it. Or if you already have that gift, then perhaps we can connect deeper with our soul, our higher selves, to allow this gift to even blossom more. There's always the next level that we can connect to, or evolve to, or grow into that gift that we have, including myself, where we can take it, and maybe we can get some inspiration on the next project or something like that. Okay, so today let us do this meditation, a very short meditation, to just go within, connect with our own soul, heart, mind, and body, and discover or reconnect or deepen our connection, our relationship with that gift that we have that can be the purpose of our life. So take a deep breath in. All the way to your lower abdomen, and just relax as we prepare to connect with our own inner being. Breathe deeply to your lower abdomen. And as you breathe deeply, you imagine your lower abdomen expanding. Feel your lower abdomen expand. And visualize this golden light being in your lower abdomen. This golden light being is our own higher self, our inner spirit, our own inner soul, if you will. And just continue to breathe in deeply and say hello to this inner being, this golden light being. Dear our own soul, we love you, we honor you. And take a moment to connect with this inner being, this golden light being. Continue to just focus in your lower abdomen and connect with this golden light being. Notice how you feel when you connect with this light being. Can you feel the love that's coming from this light? Continue to breathe into your lower abdomen and just open your heart and connect with this light being. And when you feel ready, you can ask this light being, what is this gift that I have to share with the world? And you may hear a word or two from this place of quietness and silence. Do you hear any message coming back to you? Continue to breathe in deeply into your lower abdomen and just connect with this light being in your lower abdomen. And if you already have, or you know the gift that you've been blessed with, perhaps you can ask your spirit, your soul, is there anything that you can do to enhance your gift, to enhance your service through this gift? So continue to focus, and we'll have a few moments of silence to allow the message to come through. Focus your mind in that light being and just wait to see if you hear the message. And take another deep breath in. As we slowly bring the meditation to an end, continue to breathe in deeply. Breathe out. And open your eyes when you're ready. So, I'd love to hear your experience if you were able to hear any kind of message, response from this inner being, this spirit within our soul. You know, and it's in those moments of silence that we actually hear our deepest, deepest desires and perhaps longing that our mind chatter throughout the day usually drowns out. So in order for us to really listen to our intuition, we need to quiet down our minds, calm down our hearts, and just really connect with that deep, deep, deep inner wisdom, intuition that we all have. It's really a matter of slowing down, breathing deeply, and connect with that inner wisdom, that inner soul. Our soul is the warehouse, the carrier of all the information that make who we are. So our soul, our spirit, is a very, very wise being that we can learn from every moment of the day. So, you know, when we feel that gut feeling or that intuition, that's coming from our soul. But, you know, with the very busy, fast-paced lives that we have, you know, as modern day beings, we tend to mostly operate from our minds most of the time. You know, processing all kinds of information coming at us, not necessarily connecting with our hearts and souls for the higher message, for everything that's happening around us, you know. So, you know, connecting with our own spirit, our own soul, is a very, very actually important and helpful technique and tool and practice to actually implement in our everyday life, so that we can learn from the wisdom that our soul has to share with us, for us to perhaps be able to navigate through life, you know, in a more informed way, you know, to help us in this very, very, I would say, challenging time of our planet. So lots of things are going on in the world, and they're not always positive, so we can use a wise navigator guide that can help us, you know, through the more challenging times. So I thank you for joining me today. I hope you have benefited from some things that I have shared, and I welcome you to connect with me here on Facebook at Queer.Love.Light, or Instagram, or on YouTube, or email me directly, queerlovelight@gmail.com. I am happy to hear from you. And so, as I mentioned earlier, I also lead a weekly meditation for the Vancouver LGBTQ Center, community.ca. Actually, I might have said community.com just now, but actually it's QMUNITY.ca, and you will find my group there, Rainbow Light Meditation, and you can RSVP to join the group every Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So once again, I thank you for tuning in. Until next time, be queer, be love, and be the light that the world needs. Take care. Bye-bye.